a lot of people have asked me, what have I learned through this? I'm still processing it, what God might be teaching me. But I've learned I'm not in control. I already kind of sensed that, but I've learned that as a rock bed lesson, that I'm not in control, and neither are you. I mean, I worked out, walked and jogged 4 miles the day before I went into the hospital. Had no idea that I was sick. I just thought I had indigestion of some kind, that they'd take my gallbladder out and I'd preach on Sunday. We're not in control. I've also learned that God's direct answers to prayer aren't the most important thing in life. That His presence is more important. And I've been privileged to enjoy some sweet, sweet moments of fellowship with our Savior. Even with my family, before I left for Texas, I thought I was going to die that night. There was every indication that I was. And so I called Phil to come down and called all my family. Matt came from Southern California. And I called each one of my 10 grandchildren, one by one, to my side. And I spent about 10 to 12 minutes with each one, giving them what I called a blessing, talking to them about what I perceived at this point in their life, their strengths, their weaknesses, how God might use them, what temptations they might tend to face because of their personality. And it was a sweet, sweet time that I think it marked me, but I think it'll mark my grandchildren for life. And that would not have taken place if I hadn't been sick. And it would not have taken place if I hadn't been convinced that my time was short, that I was dying that night. And so that's the goodness of God's timing, of not wasting our sorrows, of using them. This came on me so suddenly that, I don't know, this is probably a vain thing, and I've been trying to flush all that out of my life. But it's a preacher thing. Phil could probably testify to this. You want your last sermon to be really significant. My last sermon was on the Church of Thyatira. Who's going to remember the Church of Thyatira? I mean, come on. I'd never preached on Thyatira. That's the last sermon. And so the next sermon I'd already written and was planning on preaching if I hadn't ended up with the diagnosis I did, is on Revelation chapter 4, which is one of the great, 4 and 5 are the two greatest chapters, I think, in the book of Revelation, two of the greatest in the whole Bible. Revelation 4, you get through with the 7 churches like